The air you breathe is thick with a silent, invisible pressure. It is the weight of 1,000 unseen eyes, the crushing expectation of an audience that you believe is watching your every move, judging your every stumble, and meticulously recording your every failure. You feel it when you choose your clothes, when you speak in a meeting, when you post a thought online, and when you dare to start something new. This feeling, this pervasive, crippling sense of being perpetually scrutinized is a lie. It is the most seductive and destructive illusion of the modern age, and it is time for the truth to shatter it. Here is the powerful, terrifying, and ultimately liberating fact that will change the trajectory of your existence. Nobody cares. Not in the way you think they do. Not with the intensity, the focus, or the malice that your anxious mind conjures. The crushing weight you feel is not the gaze of the world. It is the projection of your own hyper-vigilant self. You are the star of your own movie, and you have mistakenly cast everyone else as the supporting characters whose sole purpose is to critique your performance. But they are not. They are the stars of their own movies, and they are far too busy worrying about their own scripts, their own lighting, and their own perceived audience to give more than a fleeting, superficial glance to yours. This is the great, unacknowledged reality of human experience. A psychological phenomenon so common it has a name, the spotlight effect. We overestimate the extent to which our actions and appearance are noticed by others, believing a bright, hot beam is fixed upon us when, in truth, we are moving through a soft, indifferent twilight for millennia. This anxiety was a matter of survival. Our ancient ancestors lived in small, tight-knit tribes where the opinion of the group was literally a matter of life and death. Social exclusion meant a swift end. Our brains are still wired for the savannah, still desperately seeking the approval of the tribe, still terrified of being cast out into the cold. But the world has changed. The tribe has expanded into a global village of billions, and the stakes have been dramatically lowered. Yet we continue to live as if every misstep will result in a public shaming that echoes through eternity. We allow the ghost of the tribe to dictate our choices, to silence our ambitions, and to shrink our lives down to a safe, unremarkable size. We spend our most precious resource, our attention, on managing an external narrative that almost no one is truly reading. This is where the ancient wisdom of Stoicism steps in, not to offer a comforting lie, but to deliver a bracing philosophical truth. The Stoics, from the slave-turned-teacher Epictetus to the emperor Marcus Aurelius, built their entire system on a single, unshakable foundation, the dichotomy of control. They taught that the universe is neatly divided into two distinct categories, things that are up to us and things that are not up to us. This is not a suggestion. It is a fundamental law of reality. What is up to us? Our opinions, our intentions, our desires, our aversions, and, in a word, our own actions. What is not up to us? Our body, our property, our reputation, our social standing, and most critically, the opinions of other people. The Stoic masters understood that to invest your emotional energy in things outside your control is the definition of self-inflicted suffering. When you worry about what others think of your work, your appearance, or your choices, you are handing over the keys to your inner peace to a chaotic, unpredictable mob. You are making your happiness contingent on the fickle, fleeting judgment of strangers who, as we have established, are barely paying attention anyway. Marcus Aurelius, the most powerful man in the world, the one person whose opinion should have mattered, constantly reminded himself of this very principle. He wrote in his Meditations, "You always own the option of having no opinion. There is never any need to get worked up or to trouble your soul about things you can't control." He understood that the power to withhold judgment, the power to simply not care about the noise, is the ultimate act of sovereignty. The realization that nobody cares is not a call to nihilism. It is an invitation to profound, exhilarating freedom. It is the permission slip you have been waiting for to stop performing and start living. If the audience is absent, then the stage is yours alone. You are free to fail spectacularly, to try the ridiculous idea, to pursue the passion that makes no logical sense to anyone else. The fear of embarrassment, the fear of being judged as inadequate, is rendered impotent when you accept the fact that the judge is not even in the courtroom. This is the liberating paradox. The moment you stop seeking external validation is the moment you Begin to build an internal life so rich and compelling that external validation becomes utterly irrelevant. Consider the sheer waste of time. Seneca, the great Stoic playwright and advisor, lamented how we squander our lives on trivialities. We are not given a short life, he argued, but we make it short by frittering away our hours on things that do not matter. And what is a greater waste than spending your finite time and energy on curating an image for people who are at best distracted and at worst completely indifferent? Every minute spent worrying about a critic is a minute stolen from the construction of your own character. Every hour spent trying to impress is an hour diverted from mastering a skill, deepening a relationship, or pursuing a virtue. The true currency of life is not reputation. It is attention, and where you place your attention determines the quality of your existence. This is the pivot point. From the crushing weight of nobody cares to the powerful mandate of focus on your life, the Stoic life is not one of self-absorption, but of self-mastery. It is a life lived in accordance with your highest self, your logos, your reason. If you are not living for the approval of others, then who are you living for? You are living for the only person whose opinion you can truly control and whose judgment you must ultimately face yourself. This is the true meaning of the sticker price of excellence. As the Marine Corps general noted, basic competence and good habits are simply assumed. They are the cost of entry to a meaningful life. You do not get credit for them. They are the foundation upon which your true work begins. To focus on your life is to commit to the four cardinal virtues of Stoicism: wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance. Wisdom is the ability to distinguish between what is good, bad, and indifferent. To know the difference between what is in your control and what is not. Justice is not just about law. It is about treating others fairly and contributing to the common good, because you are a part of a larger whole, not because you seek applause. Courage is the willingness to act rightly, even in the face of fear, criticism, or failure, because your internal compass demands it. And temperance is the self-control to manage your desires and aversions, to resist the urge to chase fleeting pleasures or to be paralyzed by external fears. The suspense in this narrative is not a plot twist. It is the moment you realize the protagonist of your life story has been you all along, and the villain was the illusion of the audience. The flow is the relentless forward march of a life lived intentionally. You are not waiting for a sign. You are the sign. You are not waiting for permission. You are the authority. The world will continue to spin, people will continue to talk, and the vast majority of them will continue to be preoccupied with their own dramas. This is not a tragedy. It is your greatest opportunity. Let the noise fade. Let the phantom audience dissolve. Turn your gaze inward to the only place where true power resides. Focus on the work, on the character you are building, on the virtues you are practicing. Do it not for the applause that will never come, but for the quiet, unshakable satisfaction of a life well lived. A life that is entirely and authentically your own. This is the Stoic path. This is your freedom. This is the only thing that matters. Focus on you. The rest is silence.